8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tune in. This is your Friday Night Live podcast, photo and entertainment, and Middle Georgia sales and services. Coke, don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a mule.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose. Hey, you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt you. Better say it with your chest. Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
Peoples, what's up?
How y'all doing?
Wasabi. Oh man, what's good, fams? What's good? Everybody doing good today?
Doing good. How are you?
Better?
Why? Because we close to the football season?
Nah, got some things around the house that broke fixed, man.
Oh,
Critical.
okay then.
Critical. AC want to go out, water want to leak. Got some criticals.
Okay.
Much better now that they fixed.
Well, I'm just here to say we're going to have the party platters next week. This week we got hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. I think we got all of that. And then the following week we're gonna start breaking out on the chicken wings, good for the chicken wings, the cheese sticks.
Right. The charcuterie trays.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it's gonna be in a couple of weeks. Man, football, high school football officially kicks off next week.
Oh my goodness, y'all! I just been talking and I just been on mute. I just been talking,
Wow,
and I was like, "Why are they not paying attention to me?"
we don't hear you. We covering down for you.
I'm so sorry. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, podcast land? Welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Friday Night Lights podcast show. We have Mr. Thirsty B.S. Rollins here.
What's good?
We have the feisty bulldog, my sister Shakira.
The feistiest.
And we have, last but not least, there's sweet old Jess. And I'm so glad to be back here to talk with you all again tonight. Sorry we got started a little bit late tonight, but that's okay. We are here now and we are ready to talk. So let me say hello to everybody that has shown up. What's going on? J-Bo, Carver in the house, Mr. Fletcher, Nick Fletcher. What's good? Toombs County Bulldog. I see you. What's going on, nephew? How you doing, Barry? What's up, Lee? Mary Persons in the house. Coffee County is in the building. What's going on, Mr. Chris Pace? And all right, so we got some more scrimmages. We had some scrimmages last week, and we got some this week. Mary Persons High School in Jones County will be at the pit Friday night. That sounds like a good matchup. What's going on, Obadiah? We got another Coffee County Trojan. How you doing, Mr. McDaniel? What's going on? How you doing? This is your first Friday Night Light podcast. Welcome, Mr. Tyso. We are certainly glad that you have decided to talk to us tonight. Ware County Gator checking in. We expect big things from the Ware County Gators this year. Show us what you got. Okay, so we got Toombs County hosting Meta this Friday. I know you're excited. My Washington County buddy is here, Mr. Stone. How you doing? Mr. Brown, Colquitt is in the house. I see you. I see Swainsboro checking in. All right, Pierce County at Glenn Academy this week. So y'all didn't have a spring game either, huh, Barry? Okay, I thought y'all played Glenn Academy last week. Barry, who did y'all play last week? That wasn't Glenn Academy.
We got Thomasville High hosting
Doherty County
All right.
this Friday.
Bulldogs and Trojans. Thomasville. I expect good things out of Thomasville this year too.
As do
Carver,
I.
Col- Carver Columbus versus Lee County. That's right. How you doing, Mr. Satterwhite? Trojan Nation. Which Trojan are would you be, sir? And Mr. Crookham, Lincoln County in the house. Okay, y'all play Glasscock. Y'all should beat them. Well, no. Glasscock made the playoffs last year. They might surprise us all. And Putnam County and Washington County, that should be a good scrimmage. Y'all not in the same region anymore, Nikki? Let me know. Brunswick is at Ware County. All right, watch out for that Gator D. I think y'all got like what 8 returning starters on defense. Like I said, I expect some good stuff coming out of Waycross
So
this
is
year.
this Ware County of old?
Sound like it.
Okay.
They say somebody who they say they got 7 on offense coming back, 8 on defense. The quarterback probably has kind of found himself now because they had that stud quarterback. Then he went back to Florida, I think, and then they had a quarterback come in last year, and he was just kind of trying to get his footing. He wasn't a bad quarterback at all. He was just, you gotta get used to stuff. So maybe he's gotten his footing. So so so
Okay.
Doherty County looking like we have no clue, but sis is gonna let us know um after we play them. Hmm. So to those of you all who had scrimmages on Friday, y'all want to talk to us about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and what you saw, what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you really, really, really need to improve. Need to improve. Okay. Let's see. Mr. Tyso says 7 returning on offense and 8 on defense, and we have 3 quarterbacks rotating Friday. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're competing for the job, I'm assuming, because
Because
I mean,
if you go into that season with three, you don't have one.
amen. All right, Mr. Mumford, that's right. Greene County in Northeast Macon, go chop it up in Thompson Stadium on Shirley Drive on Friday. Okay. Christopher Reiner, Toombs County in the house. Welcome, Mr. Reiner. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, yeah, y'all tell me, to those of you who had your scrimmage, tell us what you liked and what you didn't like. Um, to those of you who have not had your scrimmage or are going to have a scrimmage Friday, tell us what you're anticipating. All right. So, Mr. McDaniel says Coffee has a 2-headed monster at running back, and the defense might be better than last year's defense. They're faster. That's for sure. If it was Friday, I'd say the D word. But okay. So y'all were impressed. So a 2-headed monster at running back. So you got two y'all got 2 running backs that you're pleased with. I'm assuming. I'm slow, y'all. I'm a little turtly.
No, you're not. Don't do that.
Mr. Mumford says Greene County has 4 D1 prospects on their team this year. Okay, Greene County. All right, Greensboro, Georgia. I see y'all. Oh man, I'm excited.
What positions do they play? It's my question.
Yes. What positions did they play, Mr. Mumford? Let us know. Toombs County. Okay, Mr. Wright. That's a bold statement.
Mike.
Greensboro.
Oh, okay, never mind. I know who they talking about now. That it's a D lineman, tight end, receiver slash DB, linebacker, running back. That's all I know of. It's those 3. Who's the 4th one? Outside of Kevin Wynn, Stephen Miller, and R.J. Munford.
Greensboro, Georgia has the best defensive line in the country.
Mm.
Okay then. Yeah, Mr. McDaniel says Hansley returns and Tank comes back after missing last year due to off the field issues. Tank is a home run is a home run treat, and I predict he will have at least 5 touchdowns in his return game.
I
Okay.
think I think I think that's supposed to be run threat, not run treat. But we're gonna
Yes,
overlook
I read what I
It's
saw.
it
Run
sounded
threat,
good.
a
it. It
home
sounded
run
good.
threat.
Yeah.
It,
Hell
it
yeah.
added it added a little excitement to the statement.
I thought it was saying it was a treat. It's gonna be a treat to watch him go up and down the field. Yeah, I ain't
Yeah,
never.
I hear what he's saying, but the biggest question mark on Green County right now is their offensive line. That's the biggest issue. Question
So,
mark on Green County.
so tell us about your offensive line, Mr. Mumford. All right, Mr. Shields, Newton County checking in. How you doing? He said, I'm gonna wait on you. He said, I'm waiting on you guys like a middle Georgia teenager waiting for the fair to open.
But we Cyrus.
Whew. We sorry, life be life, and we had to, we got pushed back a little bit, and hopefully you'll be on a little bit later. He's had a really busy day. Mr. Green, welcome. He said, how about the new touchdown siren for Thomas County Central? I didn't think y'all needed a siren. Those blowhorns y'all got, y'all need and you got a siren too. Y'all gonna make somebody deaf.
Man, somebody make a video about of this siren so we can see how disruptive y'all gonna be this year and how many
Yeah,
flags y'all gonna get.
let us
Y'all
know.
already know Obadiah gonna handle that for you.
Yeah, we ain't got even worry about that. Mr. Wright said, Mr. Mumford said defensive tackle Kevin Juju Wynn, linebacker RJ Mumford, defensive end Larius Burt, 6'3", 230,
Hmm.
quarterback, defensive back Steve Miller, and RJ Mumford, his son. RJ Mumford is his son. I figured I figured that was your son, Rodriguez Mumford Jr. Shout out to Deuce. Hope you have a great year. How you doing, Mr. Prince? Tiff County Dixon boys, running back, quarterback. Y'all got a big game with Brooks County. How you feel about it? Let us know. Mr. Reiner said, I've seen where you all have been predicting the final brackets for championship games when we all finish the rest. That's
Oh
actually,
wait, let me answer that one, please.
yes,
That
sir.
is not us. That is Drew that was on with us last week from Georgia High School football on Instagram. If you look at the picture, we're giving him his credit in the top right hand corner of the picture. I'm sorry, left hand corner. So that is Drew again of Georgia High School football on IG. He is the one that are doing those brackets. So as he posts the brackets, we will post the brackets.
Yeah. And I will say that now when the playoffs come around, we do a kind of we play a game where we have people fill in the brackets how they think it's gonna go, but we don't do the preseason brackets. But uh, I don't know, Drew will be busy. He's a Georgia Tech student, and he'll be heading to Ireland because Georgia Tech plays Florida State in a couple of weeks, so he's gonna be super duper busy. So I don't know exactly when he'll be able to put it out, but I assume that Toombs will probably go very far. We're expecting big things from Toombs County this year. Obadiah says for Thomas County Central, the defense looks better than last year's defense. Whoa. For the offense, I was very impressed with only one person returning back on offense, which is the quarterback. In the second quarter, I felt like Thomas County called the dogs off. I mean, I'm kind of glad that they did, baby. That was a bit of a massacre. Twin, how you doing, Al? Big Crisp in the building. Let us know what you liked and what you saw, what you liked, what you didn't like about Chris County last Friday. Um, as far as Green County is concerned, Mr. Mumford says the offensive line has 3 starters, and they got 2 new linemen are freshmen. One is 6'3", 270, and one is 6'2", 280. Good googly goo. Wow. Lee says Mayor Persons had a good summer camp, won the 7-on-7 at St. Pius, and can't wait till Friday night. I know. That's how I was last week. I was like a child on Christmas Day. I was just waiting. Okay, Mr. Prince. Okay, what my Brooks kind of friends? What Mr. Little and Mr. Terry? Where is it? I know his name when I see him. But okay, Mr. Prince, when they get on here, I'm gonna tell them what you said. He said Tift County is going to beat Brooks County easily. It's no problem, Mr. Reiner. That's good. That's good. Da, 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 da. Mr. Murphy says the making running back, I guess Mr. Wolford, Nick Wolford, is gonna have some problems Friday trying to run the ball. The receiver they got, Miller, can match anybody in the state one on one. Okay.
Do you really think Nick Wolford is gonna run the ball in this scrimmage game?
He might just
He,
to kind of get his feet wet for a little bit. I don't think he's gonna be
man, you leave that kid in street clothes. You don't even let him dress out.
okay. Well, we'll see.
Coming
We'll
back,
see.
coming back from an injury like he sustained. Nah, let him show it in the weight room and on the practice field.
Okay.
Ain't no need to put him out there in a meaningless fall scrimmage game.
Mm-hmm. Um, Mr. Oh, how you doing, Jeremy? Mr. Reiner says, Mr. Fletcher, who is Mr. Fletcher, Mr. Reiner, is going to be fire receiving this year. He was on fire last year and can't wait to see how he does this year. Mr. Hurst, welcome, welcome, welcome. He says, please keep everyone in your prayers that was affected by the storm. You are absolutely right. Y'all make sure that you keep everyone that was affected by Hurricane Debbie in your prayers. Mr.
For
Manley,
sure.
again, you got a Gainesville Red Elephant, and he says he can't wait for the season to start. Who did y'all have your scrimmage last Friday, or do you have one this Friday? Let us know. What's going on, Miss Ebony Butts? How are you? Did you hear what Mr. Prince said? He said Tift County gonna beat Brooks County by a country mile. I wouldn't take that if I
Well,
was you, friend.
he gonna have to wait his turn because we got to see him next Friday. Hey, Ebony.
um, Mr. Wright says he's hoping our boys don't dress out. Why not? What's going on, Mr. Davis? How you doing? Welcome
What's
back.
going on, D'Angelo?
I'm Lisa and Nick Wolford will not play Friday night scrimmage game. There's no need in it. Do you know that for sure? Did you talk to somebody or what?
Nah, Nick gonna be on the field.
What's going
Well,
on,
hello
yo?
there.
Where'd you get?
But
Where did you get
good,
on here?
man. Oh,
Whatever. Oh
you
my
know, Mike
goodness.
Sam, the hardest working man in Middle Georgia, babe. I just had to wrap up a couple calls. That's all.
Yeah, you did it quickly. Oh, y'all, my baby's on here. I don't need to do that. Hey, nephew, Justin. How you doing, my baby? That's my baby for real. His mama just had him, but he mine. Um okay.
I saw about to ask you was Coach Crow on right now in the
My
audience.
Lord. We're not
No,
doing that.
that's not
Ah,
thank you. Thank you. For those of you who don't know who Coach Crow is, I'm sure you'll find out later on this year.
soon, soon.
Soon. And y'all will be on the lookout for the wizard. He'll probably show up here sometime soon as well. Okay, so Gainesville beat McEachern 35-3. So Mr. Manley, let us know what the good, bad, and the ugly with regard to your team, what you like, what you didn't like, what you need to improve on. Oh, Nick Fletcher's son is Gavin Fletcher. Okay. Okay. You're right. Let's see. Mr. Evans, welcome to the podcast. He said Worth County is going to open everybody's eyes up this year.
Some people eyes
Uh,
are already open up to them, sir.
yeah, we know that, and well, I ain't gonna say we know that. We expect that. I'm gonna put it like that.
It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be
'Cause,
interesting, Mr. Evans. I think you just made a new friend.
I was wondering when the feisty was gonna come in. That region four there.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to let y'all talk. We'll see you soon as well, Mr. Evans.
uh,
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. How you doing, Mr. Murphy? Checking in from Thomasville.
Hey,
Uh,
Chad.
welcome. Gainesville plays August 16th versus Marietta. Then on the 22nd, they go to Alabama and play Moody High School. They're number one in 5A in Bama. All right, y'all going over there and beat the brakes off them now. Let's see. Obadiah says he's asking this to me. He says, after seeing the score from the other teams in your region, Cairo and the Bearcats, do y'all still consider them playing Peach for the region championship? Or do we need to wait until they get some more games under their belt? I'm going to. I wouldn't quite say it like Mike
My
did.
Lord.
We understand why he's saying it like that, but we're not going to go there tonight.
Oh, yes, hell he is. He is not finna get away with that. He
But
is not finna get away with that. Okay.
Let me
Okay.
answer.
Go ahead and answer
Obadiah's
Obadiah's question. Hey, bro, I hope you got your rucksack on, boy, because I'm coming for you.
Come
Okay.
on.
This is my answer. Tentatively, I think I'm still cautiously optimistic. I liked what I saw. I saw they still got a lot of work to do, but I'm overall pleased with what I saw on the field on Friday night. And based on what I've heard, because I haven't seen any highlights from K-Ron Bainbridge, I've just read about them, and they weren't that impressive. But again, this is just a scrimmage. They can come together at any time. So I guess my ultimate answer is we just have to wait and see. I can better gauge it after 2 or 3 more games. You want to answer that, yo?
I surely will. First off, man, bro, what's going on? Jess, Shakira, babe, what y'all got going on today?
Hello.
Sorry I'm late. I was working kind of late today, but I'm here. Now, with that being said, it's funny to me how people want to keep throwing scrimmage games as being just practice. I'll see if it was spring game or something like that, when ain't much going on in spring. You probably rotate 2 or 3 quarterbacks, you probably trying to see what you got and stuff like this. But when you playing scrimmage games, your number ones are normally playing until the start, if not, a couple of series in the third quarter, over half of the game. So you can judge what type of team you're going to have in a scrimmage game. Now, we played a real good Warner Robins team. I don't care what nobody say about the score of that game. Warner Robins will be and is a good football team. We played a pretty good Warner Robins team, and the score was 10-10 at the half. Now, that's about it didn't tell how dominant Peach County was in that game. That score at halftime. But after halftime, Peach and Warner Robins both started kind of bringing in some of the younger guys and letting them get in some runs and stuff like that, which we did put 2 more touchdowns on the board. But I said all of that to say, if you go out and you perform poorly in your scrimmage game, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Just practice. I'm telling you, you can look to see what type of season you're going to have out that scrimmage game. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't lose your scrimmage game. You can lose your scrimmage game because, again, things have to be factored in. The quarterback's not live. Your might have a dual threat quarterback who can't run. Kickoff returns, you got a real dangerous kicking return kickoff specialist or something. All that stuff get taken out of scrimmage games, yes. But for the utmost, a week or 2 weeks away, you're going into the regular season. I'll be DAMN if coaches are sitting here saying, I'm not concerned about seeing what my season gonna look like in this scrimmage game because it's just practice. Now,
they also don't open up their whole playbook too. But go ahead.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They do. In the scrimmage games, you're gonna see. I had one of the top offensive coordinator in the state of Georgia sitting right over here in Perry, Georgia. Y'all can love or hate him, but Eric Dvorsny, y'all better remember the name, is on the rise and should be receiving a head coaching offer here anytime soon. That man told me, we don't want to play. We don't want to scrimmage. We don't want to do none of this against teams that we play in the regular season because We like to try things and do things. In scrimmage games, spring practice, OTAs, you're opening your whole playbook because you're trying to see what you're going to keep in that playbook going forward throughout the season and what you're going to put on the back burner and say, nah, that ain't going to work for us. If you got a coach not opening up his playbook, not trying everything he can possibly try, what's the point of having these games? That's what these games are for.
Mm-hmm. Huh. So answer Obadiah's question.
Obadiah, Peach County will not just be the favorite in that region. You better be on the lookout for this team making a state championship run.
Okay, and there you have it, guys. How you doing, Mr. Jones? Bulldog Nation, y'all gotta let us know which Bulldog.
He's a Thomasville High Bulldog.
Okay, Thomasville Bulldog. Welcome, Mr. Jones. Mr. Prince, you hear what Ebony said? She said he knows Brooks County ain't never ducked no smoke. We hunt for real. All right, sis. How you doing, Mr. Daniel Perry Panther in the building? Mr. Randy says, how many UGA dog fans do we have in here? You got the majority of UGA dog fans, Mr. Randy. Mr. Butts, it was Jonathan Prince. He said he gonna. I'm being messy. He said Tiff County gonna beat Brooks County by a country mile. What you got to say, Mr. Mr. Tuff says, "Go Pack, go! Welcome, Colquitt County." What did you like about what you saw on Friday night, Mr. Tuff? What's going on, my brother? Greetings to you too. What's up, Pats?
What's going on, TA?
And Hush, I ain't even worried about you. Nah, I done cussed you out already today, Pat. Don't make me do it again. Mr. Taylor, how you doing, Mr. Robert? Good to see you.
Hey, Mr. Robert.
What you disagree with, Al? Let us know. Mr. Shields.
Al said you disagree with me.
Oh, explain why you disagree.
Thank you. D'Angelo, y'all explain to me why y'all disagree with what I said.
What's going on, Elmo? Mr. Shields wants to know how well did Barton do at running back?
Okay,
we talking about Ashton Barton, or who are we talking about, Barton?
Which Barton you talking about, Mr. Shields?
All right, I'm gonna tell you why they disagree with you, yo. And here's the reason why. Here's one reason why. Every team is not in the same situation as every other team. Multiple teams are in different situations, i.e., hence, new coaching staff. You're trying to learn your personnel, right? So therefore, for those kids that have bought in, those are the kids that are on your current team, on your roster right now, entering the school year, entering the season. So therefore, you need to see what you got and the depth that you got.
Bro, and let me just interrupt you. You can finish after I say this. Bro, we're getting ready to start the season. We're getting ready to start the season. If a coach has went all spring and all summer and don't know his depth chart by now, with a week or two left to go before the season kickoff, he don't need to be coaching.
I can't even talk. Yo, let me get this up. So
okay, bro. Okay.
Thank you. One, to protect kids, a lot of OTAs were unpadded shells. That's what they were, shells. So you're going off of previous years. So you walk in the door, you pull in film video on the previous season. All right, who we got on the roster? That's who we got. All right, bet. You're going down the list. All right, a lot of teams not really having, I'm gonna say, meaningful practices, i.e., meaningful padded practices, right? For the simple fact, got to want to walk into the season healthy. So we're going to limit contact. We're going to limit this type of stuff. We're going to limit that, so we can walk into the season healthy. You walk into that fall scrimmage game. Okay, you're right. You're going to give your ones some reps, but you're not going to keep them out there forever, dude. You're not going to keep them out there for a whole half.
Wow.
Why? Because you already know what you
No,
got in
I
your
say
ones.
why. I didn't say why, bro. I said wow.
You're not gonna keep your ones out there because I don't know how. I don't because I know the scrimmage game I watch. They only play 6 minute quarters. So therefore, look at your ones. All right, let me get them out because I need to see what I got behind them because that's my concern. A lot of new coaches are trying to learn their players and find their depth. That's why a lot of these scrimmage games ain't what a lot of people expect.
Hmm.
Okay, so we got people
Now I'm
agreeing
only
and
talking about
disagreeing.
teams. I'm only talking about teams that brought in new coaches. Now for those that have had a coach there that's coming into his second and further year, yes, they're going to approach it differently.
Okay. Oscar agrees with Yo. How you doing, Mr. Warriors? New Hampstead in the building. Um, D'Angelo says our starters only play a half. It's just like a preseason game in the NFL. How much can you tell about a team in the preseason? It's just a scrimmage, but you do
You
want to look good.
you can't even compare NFL preseason to what's going on in high school right now. You can't because them first two games are full evaluation so they can get ready and make cuts. You can't compare the two.
Exactly. You don't even have starters starting in those
Uh,
games. Like
yeah, you
they
can't do
probably
that.
play the
So
third game. So let me just address D'Angelo real quick, bro. Here's my thing
okay.
about what D'Angelo just said. Okay, I'm not saying your scrimmage game hold weight like you finna stick your chest out and talk about, hey, we number one, we did this. But what I just said, I said you may can even lose your scrimmage game, but in your first half and some of that third quarter, you're gonna be able to look at your ones against their ones and know what kind of season you're getting ready to have. I played the game. A lot of other people have played the game also. I'm not saying what I'm saying is just the gospel and y'all don't know what y'all talking about. That's not the point. But what I'm saying is if you go around and talk to any football coach, if you go around and watch the game, if you sitting here playing a scrimmage game and your first quarter and your second quarter, if you're not out there opening your playbook trying to see what I want to run this year, how my ones gonna look against other ones? Because all year you've been playing without shoulder pads. You've been playing each other and beating up on each other. This is the first opportunity. Everything we've done in the summer for 2 quarters or 2.5 quarters, I have the opportunity to put this in play before it counts. If you think ain't no coach or our coaches ain't looking at that scrimmage game as that point, y'all got something mixed up.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back, but I'm gonna read what Mr. Miles says. He agrees with Yo. He said all that should have been figured out by now. You're figuring out plays. You're gonna keep plays. You're gonna keep who gonna be key subs. Bro, they had 7-on-7 pad counts and all this spring and summer. D'Angelo says it's always different in different classifications too. Bigger schools have more players. And Mr. Prince, I don't know where you are, but Tori calling you out. He wanted to say, I thought somebody with some smoke said something. Mr. Prince, he said he wanted to smoke. I want y'all to have y'all sidebar conversation in the chat. I want to read it and laugh. Mr. Warriors said we played our varsity 3 quarters against Calvary last weekend.
Exactly. A lot of teams do play 3 quarters or at least one or two series in the third quarter. So you're not sitting here talking about I want to see my depth and all of that stuff, man. You getting ready for the season. You ready to take on competition.
I think different teams are looking for different things. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. Some people are looking for different stuff, right? I can see the validity in both of your arguments, is what I'm saying. Because Mr. Nicholson says you keep your first out there for maybe a quarter. Mr. Stevens has a question. He wants to know how many of you all are paid coaches. None of them, but it does not discount our opinions. Mr.
Who asked that question?
Mr. Stevens.
Aren't paid coaches, and neither are we prognosticators.
Mm-hmm.
We
Kelly
just all
says.
here to have a good time. We ain't here for a long time, just a good time, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us.
Better than that was, sis.
I had to sneeze, so it kind of caught me off guard. So I had to come back in kind of nice.
Bless your heart. Thank you. And thank you for listening to the podcast, Mr. Stevens. He also said our ones were taken out at the end of the second quarter. So let us know who your team is, Mr. Stevens. Mr. Warrior says it should be a weighing stick to see what you have and to see what needs to be adjusted.
Great.
Mr. Fletcher agrees and says you got to see what you got. Mr. D'Angelo Davis says smaller schools do that, not bigger schools.
I disagree with that also because I remember last year we went down to Colquitt County and played them, and they had their starters there for 3 quarters also. And we talk about 2 of the best at their respective position in Nye Card wide receiver and Landon Thomas at tight end. We dealt with them at least a half or almost 3 quarters. But go on down to Nick Fletcher. Next comment, please, because I want to nominate Nick Fletcher for tonight as being a top fan because he make a lot of sense by stuff he's saying. This goes to you, Mr. Stevens.
We just had a question. That's
okay.
All.
Well, go.
You don't have to coach to have an opinion or know the game.
Thank you, Mr. Fletcher.
You're right, Mr. Davis. He said it's an agree to disagree situation. I think I see validity in both arguments, and what works for one team might not work for the other. He said, y'all just sound heated and so hostile.
So, Mr. Stevens, are you new here? Don't worry about it, sis. You new here? Please answer that for me, because we are far from heated and hostile, because it gets way worse than this.
Come back Friday night. That's what you do.
And when you come back Friday night, keep that same energy. I mean, the same exact energy.
Yeah,
I don't want you to move the needle.
Yeah, because in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, the needle's gonna be moving in 2 weeks.
Jumping like it's double dutch.
Yeah, say it with your chest Friday nights. And if you you just have to go to the page. If you want to scroll back through last year and just catch a Friday night, you'll kind of get an idea of what say it with your chest Fridays are like. Although I have turned over a new leaf.
No, we're not hearing that. No, you ain't finna say that. We ain't listening to that.
Thank you, bro. Don't let her lie.
Don't even come on here and lie like that. Don't do it. We're not doing that. That is what we're not gonna do today.
And I was your spokesperson and everything when everybody was trying to whoop your ass. And you gonna go there with me?
I ain't going there with you, but you ain't gonna sit up here and lie to the people like that.
Okay, all right.
You is gonna be naturally you.
It's not Friday.
It's inner. It's inner, bro. Ain't nothing nobody can do.
Okay, let's get back to the podcast. Okay. Mr. Nicholson says, okay, say they go out there and get hurt in a scrimmage game. What happens to the season then? Which goes back to the point of whether or not Nick Wolford is going to play Friday night.
I don't think he plays.
He playing. That kid playing.
I would hate for him to go down in a meaningless scrimmage game because although you there and it means something, you want to evaluate your talent in the grand scheme of things, it's not a region game, not even a regular season game. So
okay, but here's the thing. Let me just play devil advocate here for just 1 second. Okay. Nick Wolford, one of the most talented running backs in the state of Georgia this year. Can the panel at least agree on that?
We totally agree on that.
Okay. This kid tore his knee last year. Unfortunate event because he was, let's not forget the kid had 2,000 yards or something his freshman year. So he's that kind of special back. This kid hadn't played football and coming up on a year. We're talking 10 months now. So throw him out there in the fire next Friday in the first season game without giving him any kind of reps in any kind of contact or nothing. Just throw him out there the first game of the season instead of bringing him back slowly by letting him run a couple of times in this scrimmage game, get back used to the contact and stuff like that. Like,
he's doing that in practice.
Oh my God, bro! That's where you need to start talking about practice, bruh. You played football, bruh. You know practicing against your team has nothing to do with going out and playing a contact game. And a scrimmage game is a contact game. I ain't talking 7-on-7s and OTAs. This is a contact
Mhm.
game.
But dog, to put him at risk in a meaningless is something that does not define your season. That's crazy. I don't see one his parents allowing that to happen, nor will a smart coach put him out there in a meaningless preseason game.
Nick says,
Because
okay.
go ahead,
I
go
was
ahead.
just saying, Nick says, in response to Lee, what he said, you can get hurt walking down a flight of steps. Can't do
You're
that.
right.
Can't do that thinking injury because then it happens.
Mm-mm.
Exactly.
It's not thinking injury. You're protecting the kid. That's all you're doing. You don't need Nick right now.
Okay.
It's
I mean,
not
you don't
about
think
needing Nick to win a scrimmage game, bro. It's about getting this kid back in football shape, allowing him to absorb some contact, and be okay to get the season started. Ain't no way
And
you
that
gonna
can be
sit that man down.
that can be done in practice.
My lord.
You don't have to put him out there in this meaningless game this weekend. You don't have to do that to put him at risk. Put him at risk when it counts.
listen, leave it to Oscar to make me laugh. He said he must think we at Bible study. Man, this is a podcast talking sports.
Who? Who are you talking to?
He said, "Oh, Steven, talking about we signed angry and hostile."
Oh,
He
no,
must
we
think
ain't. We not angry and hostile, man. We talking, dog. Hey,
We just
this is.
talking,
Hey,
Mr. Stevens.
oh,
We
you know
want you to
what?
stay around. Please stay
You know
around.
what? You know what? What's that show that Shannon Sharp was on with the dude?
Undisputed.
Yeah, we worse than that. Hell, shit, we get worse than Stephen A. Smith around here, bro. You in for a treat this season.
We don't owe him no explanation. He gonna either listen or he ain't. At this
Ah,
point, but what you ain't gonna do is be in the comments, keep coming for us now, because I quickly forget that it's Wednesday and act like it's Friday. I
Facts
ain't
on
turn
that.
over no new leaf.
You heard that. Fight the
hey, check,
bulldog. I told y'all.
check this
Okay.
out, man. Hey, check this out. I ain't trying to skip over any of the other listeners, man. All y'all comments are deserve to be read. But I know my sister do the comments, but I want to go to my cousin's comment down at kind of down song. He said mental stress is a part of returning after a major injury. Thank you, cuz. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You gotta bring this kid in slowly. Somebody else in the comments said, give him a couple of reps and sit him down. You have to. You have to let this kid play in this scrimmage game. Take a couple of hits and realize, get back into this thing mentally, because you know he gonna come out there timid, worried about somebody going at that knee and stuff. Man, you don't want that in your first game of the season. You don't. You want that kid to kind of into the get back into the rotation of taking hits and stuff like that and ready to go when the season starts. I would probably run him one or two series and he's sitting down for the rest of the night.
Okay. Sir, what do you mean by bull and cray cray? And Mr. Fletcher, we're so glad you like this pod. Mr. Hurst, I thought you were my friend. He said, leaf that fell off the tree, Jess. I thought you were my friend. I thought you were my friend. Elaborate, Mr. Abrams. When you talk about bull and cray cray, what does that mean? What would your mother say? That's an incomplete
Wow.
thought. I'm just saying. His mama would say that's an incomplete thought. We always had to elaborate on why we thought what we thought. He knows better. Let's see. Mr. Fletcher, if y'all don't know by now, that's my brother. Nick Fletcher says, sit the kid out. Players like that coming off injury, maybe give him 2 series and sit him out. That's right. Okay. Mr. Mumford said he's gonna meet Wynn and Mumford. Oh boy.
That's bold in Drew words. You better. I ain't taking nothing away from Mumford, who I'm thinking would probably be your son, and
Yes,
Wynn,
RJ.
probably some hell of a players over there at Greene County.
He's a
But
D1, one of the 4 D1 prospects.
that's what's up. Big ups to your son and Wynn. But That's a goddamn man over there in Northeast Macon. That's all I can tell you.
Let's see. How you doing, sis?
Hey,
She
babe.
agrees.
Hey, sis.
She agrees with y'all. Shan says rotate them in a few reps. Yes, Nick says when you talk sports, it's gonna get heated and hostile. Thank you, Lee. We love y'all too. Y'all make this podcast go. So we certainly thank y'all so much for listening in. D'Angelo says, excuse the tone, listen to the words. I think my
No,
tone is
Real
it,
shit.
it go hand in hand for me.
I think, I think my
I'm
tone is nice, D'Angelo. Are you saying that my tone is not nice? Woo! Kenneth said you either stay on the field or get on the bus. Okay. All right, Mr. Estes, welcome to the podcast tonight, sir. I hadn't seen you in a couple of weeks. Welcome back. He says Brooks at Tiff. What's y'all's opinion? I know it's a scrimmage, but Brooks put it on Bainbridge in the spring. Now your fellow Tiff Blue Devil said that they gonna tell Tiff the new one. Tiff gonna tell Brooks a new one. But fellas, what is your take on that?
Tiff will be a team that gonna kind of surprise some people, especially in that region. I think they make the playoffs as a 4th seed this year, but I think Brooks gonna be a little too strong for them. You'll see in the first half. If Brooks play their starters throughout the first 3 or first half, the game will probably be Brooks' favorite. But I think Tiff has a bunch of young guys that the depth and the young guys are kind of overpowering. So the score might look totally different from the dominance of the game, which I think will be controlled by Brooks. But don't sleep on Tiff this year in that region.
Okay.
Man, you already know what I'm finna say.
What are you going to say, sir? Okay, so that's what he said, Mr. Esty. You especially okay, be quiet. But he does not put a whole lot of stock in scrimmage games, so he probably does not have a prediction. So there's that. How you doing? Oscar agrees with TA. He said you can't sit him. It's a mind thing. He has to clear out his head. What you do?
Hold on. Jess, can I say one thing?
You sure can.
We're talking about a kid that got over 368 carries in 2 seasons. The kid knows what to expect walking into his senior year.
Bro.
368 carries. He knows what it feels like to get hit. Ease him in practice.
Again, bro. And if y'all ever listen to our song coming into our show, you'll hear somebody saying, I don't mean to interrupt you. That's the voice of Yo. And I tell my panel members this all the time. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I do. That's what I do. I interrupt them because, bruh, that man carried that ball 360 sometimes, whatever you said, right? 360 something, right?
368 in 2 seasons.
That was a healthy 368 carry before he tore every ligament in his knee.
That's why you let him get back into the groove and practice.
No. That's why that mental, that mind, that head of his is affected now because he had that ball handed out to him 368 times. And that last time he felt something that he never felt. And that was the pain of him tearing 3 ligaments in his knee. That's the difference, bro. That next handoff is going to be the most important handoff in his life. And it needs to be in a game that don't matter so he can know what to look for going forward from this season after that injury.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Walker, welcome to the podcast, Coffee Trojans all the way. I heard y'all had a 2-headed monster and your defense is faster than it was last year. Listen, I asked about the good, the bad, and the ugly earlier about the scrimmage game. And
that's fine, babe. I'm not talking about the headed monsters and all of that. I'm talking about Coffee Trojans all the way. And all I want to know is in what?
That maybe that means he supports them and he with them all the way. Like no
Oh, okay.
issue.
Okay.
Quiet. Apparently Brooks County won't even have their starting running back against Tift County, and they will still show who Brooks is. Okay, Mr. Estes, we're gonna come back to your question in a minute. Mr. Howard, welcome to the podcast. Tori is definitely a Brooks fan, Mr. Estes. He's one of the biggest ones. Okay, so your elaboration is that we were all correct in our knowledge and thoughts about your mentality at times. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Don't
That's
call
my
me no more.
cousin.
That's
That's
what
my
I'm saying.
cousin. Hey,
And you
call me first, and then we'll get on three-way so we can double
won't get
team.
me on three-way because both of y'all finna be blocked. Thinking it's not Friday. You're sorry.
And she talking about she turned over a new leaf, right?
I'm gonna block your ass too.
See?
Jess, we love you when you a Jess. Don't be nobody else. Don't turn over no new leaf. Stay who you are. Stay true to yourself.
Mr. Butt says Irwin County did the same things with Marshall. Their scrimmage against Cairo due to injury last season, I think. Yeah, we do talk passionately, Mr. Davis. We certainly do. Let's see. That's a good question. I'm gonna answer that, Mr. Fletcher, but I'm gonna go back up to Adam's question about Valdosta. Do y'all think they keep the winning this record or get passed by the team out of Ohio?
It all depends. It won't be this year because I think they be successful this year. I think after the next 3 or 4 years, it all depends on what Valdosta is doing because I think they like 9 games ahead now or something close like that now. So this year Valdosta will probably be a 8 to 10 win team. They'll keep that up for the next 3 or 4 years, and then it just decide what the talent look like after that. And let me first just check in to say this right here. I don't count Valdosta as the most winning school. I don't like that they go all the way back to segregation and count games for schools like that. I think it needs to start at a particular time when all schools was mandated to be segregated. Shit, why did I draw a blank here? Integrated, because you have schools like, for an example, Perry High School and Houston County High School. Those are the same schools that just combined doing integration. Why are those records from Houston County High School not brought over to count with Perry High School? Same with Peach County and Fort Valley Greenways. Hunt High and Fort Valley combined to be Peach County. Also, the school that was over in Byron. Why those schools are not brought in to count also? Those are the same kids under the same, I guess you can say, leadership or whatever. But Valdosta high school games are being counted way back from the 30s and 40s and things like that. Like, I don't think that's right.
Well, whether you think it's right, it's conventional and it's not going anywhere. So,
well, it still don't take away from me speaking my opinion on if I think it's right or not.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I never said it did. I'm just
All right.
saying.
Wait till you get down to my cousin other comment. I agree with him.
Okay, great. Let's see. Y'all gonna be crying when I block both of y'all. Let's see. I'm gonna answer your question in a minute, Mr. Fletcher. Which one? Which comment do you want me to read, sir?
Under Mr. Hurst.
You read it, cause I don't see it.
I know where you live, chicken.
You don't have a key? That ain't the key Granddaddy gave you. Whatever. Okay, so Mr. Fletcher wants to know Savannah Christian Toombs game will hopefully determine the region champ. Who you got?
Huh?
Savannah Christian and Toombs County are in the same region. Who do you have?
You can't throw that game out the window.
Yeah, it won't even matter because they'll be playing in different playoffs, so it won't really matter.
But I'll tell you this, Mr. Fletcher. In a week or so, you're gonna meet this dude that lives in Thirsty's basement. He's a hard drinker, real hard. But he a little crazy. But every week he gives game predictions. He'll flip at the mouth too, but we keep him around anyway. So every week he's going to break down the games of the top 10, the people in the top 10 for every classification. So make sure that you tune in and listen to him.
And with that being said, I think Toombs County passing the game would be too strong for Savannah Christian, and they would win.
Yeah. Y'all both make the thing. 6 in the box. What you talking about, Mr. Shields? Let me know.
I think he's talking about against Nick Wolford.
Okay. T. Abe says NFL players have documented the mental growth after a major injury is present. Okay. Meaning physically they are prepared. Mentally, it's in the back of their minds. How you doing, Mr. Mapp? Welcome. Greene County checking in. Mr. Hurst said, okay, coffee, y'all heard that? He said, I hope y'all bring that same cup of coffee in November. Mr. Jones, what's going on, Kitty Boo? He said, what's up, folks, and what's up to those Peach County Trojans? Mr. Hurtado, welcome. He has a question. Is Thomas County Central better than all South Georgia teams?
At this point, I will say yes. I think Thomas County can be arguably the second or third best team in 5A.
That Lee County, Thomas County Central game, I think it's going to be really big. Is it in Leesburg or Thomasville this time?
It's in Thomasville this year. Isn't Thomas County this year? Ain't it? Because I think they went over to Leesburg last year. Maybe Thomas County fans can help us out with that.
Yeah,
but I know we saw some highlights of that game, and it was over in Leesburg.
Okay. Let's see. So T. Abe and Mr. Frazier, welcome to the podcast, Mr. Frazier. He agrees with you, yo. They agree with you, yo, with regard to Valdosta. Mr. Carswell says Swainsboro's gonna be on top again.
In what?
In Division 1, in Single A Division 1.
Sure. Well, on top of what then?
Mr. Hurst says it's gonna be in Lee County.
That might get them the edge.
We'll see. Yeah, because I heard they, be quiet. I don't want to offend any Lee County Trojans. So, guys, y'all want to talk about on Monday and Tuesday, we came out with the last of our preseason polls. So we can kind of discuss those right now, if you would like. There's one notable team missing for me.
They ain't missing. They hanging out. They just waiting for 9 or 10 to slip up and start working their way up.
Okay. So where is Macon County? They like 11, 12?
10.5.
Okay. So guys,
so we just went in alphabetical order.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, we went in alphabetical order.
Okay, guys. So y'all look at this Class A D2 public poll, and y'all tell me or tell us what you think about it. You got Manchester over Bowden and Schley and Brooks. He said we beat Lee and Lee 2 years ago. Don't leave the game in the ref's hands. You're absolutely right, D'Angelo. You're absolutely right. So, any thoughts on this D2 poll, guys? Nothing.
Let's give him a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody might have some big thumbs.
Is it Treon or Tryon?
I say Tryon.
Okay.
When I speak correctly.
Mr. Map says the rankings look okay to him. He's a Greene County fan. Okay. Let's see. T8 says he has no issues with the poll. He says Schley shouldn't be over Brooks. That's just my opinion. That's what Brooks says.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Brooks disappointed a lot of us on this panel last year. They did, but we're talking about a new year, so Brooks should be able to. If what they're saying coming out of Brooks is true, Brooks should prove themselves this year. There shouldn't be no problems with it.
Man, Schley still has a slew of great players. So the thing Schley just gonna fall off, you're gonna be sadly mistaken.
Deshaun says it's Tryon. Let's see. Ebony wants to know how did Brooks County disappoint you, sir?
Huh?
Ebony would like to know how did Brooks County disappoint you last year, sir?
Do you not remember their regular season?
She was there. She died hard, Brooks County, baby. She remember.
I'm just saying, Brooks County, we was riding high on Brooks County last year, but at the end of the day, let's be honest, they disappointed us. For the simple fact of there were games that we felt that they should have won that they didn't. Now, we're talking regular season, not going into the playoff run, but regular season. There was a lot of games that we felt they should have won that they let get away.
Yeah. And then they in the playoffs they ran into a Swainsboro team that was just exceptionally good with DeMelo Jones at the helm.
Because a lot of us, well, can I say this real fast on their regular season? A lot of us thought that they was going to actually get Thomasville last year. A lot of us actually thought that to start the season out, that they was going to open up the season with a win against Thomasville. That disappointed us. We thought they had enough to get past Wayne County. That disappointed us. And then obviously we expected what to happen against TCC and Bainbridge and Cook. But then you ran through your reason. All right, cool. You bounced back. You won the games that matter. But you ran up against when you got to play. You ran up against a great player in the semifinals.
D'Angelo said the disappointment was coaching because Coach Freeman is a good coach, but he didn't make adjustments. Let's see. Tori says we don't care where we at this year. Honestly, he should have put us at 10 so we can ACL the scoreboard on everybody. Okay. You heard that. Y'all heard that. Mr. Sneed said, welcome, Mr. Sneed. He says he can't really argue with the poll. However, he said, I think out of the box, Brooks is the best team, but you have to prove yourself. Exactly. This is just a preseason poll, and everything's gonna work itself out, I think.
Well, one thing to understand in our conversations and discussions, those top 4 teams, we don't see a reason why they should not all be playing each other in the semifinals this coming year, barring anything dramatic happening, like an injury or injuries to key players or something like that. The top 4 teams we feel should be in the semifinals regardless. They just got to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
They just got to go out there and prove it and handle their business on the field.
Irwin and Green at 5 and 6 gonna definitely have something to say about that though.
And that's how we position and look at teams. And I think our LLs know that. Our loyal listeners know that. When we do a poll, we put teams in position to be upset, to shake things up, to make things interesting.
Mm-hmm. Deshaun said Manchester has a few players from Harris County. So do you think Harris County is going to be one and done? Like they had a great stellar year with a whole bunch of talent, and then they just going to fall off and become the regular Harris County again? Let us know what you
Yeah,
think.
that's a great possibility, and I'm eager to know. Like number one, the coach from Manchester, like she scratched the lottery ticket and won big. You know, to be a first year coach and inherit this much talent, like it's ridiculous. You know, Manchester had studs all around the board. Now, let's not forget that tragic where a kid was murdered over there or killed or whatever in Manchester, like the week before the championship game or something.
Yeah,
When you
Hmm.
lose talent, that type of talent, and you still are able to have a pretty good championship game, and you got all of that, majority of that returning and some move ins. Yeah, Manchester gonna be a team to reckon with. I like the fact that them and Bowden will be playing a lot from what they've been seeing each other these last couple of years, and if I'm not mistaken, should be region foes this year. So be on the lookout for Manchester, man.
yeah. Um, Ebony and Torres say they Brooks County had to switch quarterbacks going into the reason. He said no. I guess he's talking to D'Angelo with regard to coaching. He said we were young. What did y'all expect? We had a kid playing quarterback who wasn't the best on the team, but why would we play our freshman quarterback in a high tension game when he cruised us to the semifinals? That's the answer. Nick says it ain't always the coach. You're dealing with teenage boys. Players have to step up and make plays. Um, Obadiah says in 2023, Brooks lost to these teams in the regular season: Thomasville High, Wayne County, Thomas County Central, the Bearcats, and Cook. And if you look at it, they didn't have an easy schedule last year. It was kind of brutal. I remember, especially those first 5 games, they were kind of tough. Tori says if Schley finishes number one and whomever from the region with Manchester and our region 1 seed will all be on the same side of the bracket. So no semis for somebody. Woo.
Well, that shit, that's gonna
And
be a
that's
good.
why no,
Go
bro.
ahead.
You talking about just say Brooks. You talking about Brooks win as a 1 seed. You talking about Manchester
They'll
winning as
meet
a
us.
1 seed. You
They'll
talking
all meet in
about Slough
semifinals.
winning as a 1 seed. All of them gonna be on the same side of the bracket. So
Oh,
now
that's
you talking about the 3 of the top 4 teams are getting put out before
in
they
the
even have a
quarterfinals.
chance to face each other. Yes, that's tough.
It is. So I wonder why is it that they didn't do the power rankings for D2 like they did for
No privates, if
D.
I'm not mistaken. No privates in D2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, well, that's tough because they would definitely be in the top 8 if they were doing it the other way. They would definitely be in the top 8.
Yes, you
Okay,
won't have to
so
worry about seeing each other until quarters or later.
yeah. Um, Kidman wants to know: did you see his new surprised him? He wearing his granddad's number. That's cool.
That's all
That's all
right. I
right.
didn't know he was gonna take 24, but he looked good out there in 24.
Yeah, he did. He did. So I mean, Class AD2. This is a tough poll. I mean, this is
Yes,
like
thank
the
you.
Div 2A and D2 and 4A. I mean, just those classifications move the needle for me. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, when you look at like you just said, and like Tori just said, 2A, I'm sorry, yeah, 2A, D2, D1 got some in there that you can throw also. I just say it like this: every classification except for 3A
yeah,
is gonna play some good football. 3A is gonna be the watered down seller of the classifications this year, but that 4A, 2A, man, that 3-2, man, it's gonna be a game, exciting game when you get into region play almost every Friday, and that's been a long time coming that you've had that kind of mix up in multiple classifications like that.
yeah. That's tough. Who's Green County in the region with? Let's see. Tori says so. He sees somebody playing for a 2 seed out of Bowden and Manchester. It's an easier ride to Atlanta. That quarterfinals weekend will be the biggest in the state if it plays out the way the paper says.
Oh man, I just thought about that, Tori. That's real. I was talking to somebody, babe. I don't know if I was talking to you today when I said some team should try to
It was me.
some team should try to it
Yeah,
was the Thomas County
yeah.
Central and Lee County. Y'all Thomas County Central fans. If I was Justin Rogers, I'd throw that game against Lee because if you if you win the region, you face Milton in the semis. And if you face Milton in the semis, there would definitely be no repeat for you as champions. So the best thing is get a 2 seed, kill the left side of the bracket, and face Milton in the championship. That's the same thing as what he's saying. If I'm Bowden, if I'm Manchester, I don't want that 1 seed. I don't want to go in there with them juggernauts. Put me on the left side of the bracket or the other bracket where I can control that side of the bracket and win as a 2 seed, which I really should have been a 1, and face one of those powerhouses from over there. I don't want to hear nothing about no being want to go through the best and iron sharp as iron and all that other cliche y'all want to say. If you plan the game to win a championship, you better play mind games and smart. Let that thing be a chess move and not a checker.
Obadiah says, I believe you said that last year when Langston Hughes was on our side of the bracket.
Oh, Obadiah. Now we want to talk about a beat up Langston Hughes that y'all didn't even get to play and beat. They got beat by a wrong team because they was beat up. But I understand you got your chest poked out because you won. You deserve it. Go through Milton then. That's what I'm going to say to you.
They don't want that.
Yeah, they do. They will beat up. Let them go.
They don't
Well,
want
I mean,
that.
listen, if they do the coin toss and they go and Milton has to travel to Thomas County, listen. I mean, I personally listen. They went up to Rome and just won in a dog fight, right? I think they can do it. I think they can pull it off.
Mm.
So, Thomas County
Mm.
Central fans, tell me, based on, I mean, it's hard because I mean, Lowndes is just, I hate to say it, but Lowndes is kind of pitiful. But even with the opponent that you were playing, no disrespect to Lowndes fans, but baby, y'all gonna have a long season. Do you think that this version of Thomas County Central's team is better than last year's version? Y'all answer that for me.
Mm.
Um Obadiah said you said it from your chest, and I'm just gonna replay it to you. Okay. Jeremy says a fully healthy Langston Hughes with Air Nolan would pull the stinger out of TCC jacket. He done turned on y'all, Thomas County. Obadiah says the JV seems better than the starters. Okay, so basically y'all got a bright future. Okay. Just asking. So y'all wanna do the privates now?
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
It's almost 9 o'clock. Okay. So what do y'all think about these privates? Nick says, I hate that coin flip crap. Why we ended with the 2 seed last year, but we didn't finish versus Pierce at home. Had the eventual state champ on the ropes. We get that 1 seed. I think we play for the chip. I think y'all do too. Oh
I
my
And a
read
bit.
goodness.
that next comment from Tori. That's what I
I
like.
see it. Y'all see that? Jacket fans, I wouldn't take this if I was you. He said, hold on, Rogers ain't gonna have to throw no game because he gonna be the throw, he gonna be the throwing fits playing for third.
Now I honestly say there's no way Thomas County Central playing for third in that region. I mean, maybe Lee, but I'm sorry, nothing against Coffee. Great team, had a great run last year, but they're not gonna compete with Lee and TCC this year.
You think it's TCC, Lee, Hoko? I mean, Coffee and Hoko.
Yeah, from the beginning of the season, I said Hoko Coffee. Some things transpired in Hoko that we had some information about behind the scenes. I kind of apologized to the Coffee fan and told them Coffee Hoko. But I do know Hoko have a stud of a quarterback, a stud of a wide receiver, a stud of an offensive lineman, and a couple of guys in that secondary. Yeah, it's still Coffee Hoko.
Yeah. Okay. He said you got to talk smack to make them jackets jack. Obadiah says that was for the other Valdosta school. Their JV team looks better than their starters. Damn, Obadiah.
Mm.
Oscar says TCC Coffee, then Lee, then Hoko.
Now, Oscar, man, you especially last week, man. Oscar, but you had all of us just dying laughing, man. Like you just that top fan last week when we worried about our brother and his extracurricular activities. But but
Hey, thirsty.
but for you to say Lee, I'm sorry, Coffee over Lee, I think that's a little personal, man, because y'all got to see them boys this weekend and stuff, and y'all had to see them last year. But Coffee would not be as good as Lee. Possibly would have, but Lee County became Lee County all over again and have made some bona fide moves that I just don't think Coffee will be able to handle and can challenge Thomas County now for the region champ.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see. Ha! Freaking right.
Freaking right.
Who was that?
That was awesome.
Oscar Miles.
No, I'm just saying, who is he referring to?
Freaking Mike. Hey, you talking about?
Hey,
I don't know who that is.
hey, thirsty.
Oh, you stupid.
Okay, y'all got anything to say about this private school? What you call it? How you doing, Mr. Britt? He said we are doing well. Nick says he says Valdosta dominated Cook as they should have. Nick says I think Calvary gets it done. Mark Stroud was his high school coach in Toombs County. Okay. That's gonna be interesting between Calvary and Prince Avenue, I think. Let's see what's going on, Dwayne. Oscar says no. He's been singing for the past few years. We said every year. I just feel they overused 32. Who is their quarterback?
Same kid from last year. He took a step up. The kid done actually got some weight on him. I think they'll be okay at the quarterback position. He's not finna go out there and chunk it around the field 30 times a game for 300 yards. You can bet that.
Mm-hmm. What's going
But
on, Glenn?
he do got a stud in that backfield behind him.
Oh man, he does. It'll be interesting to see how that Carver defense matches up on Friday.
So, hey, let's go ahead while we're on the air. Let's put this out. We only got a day to think about this. Columbus and Lee County, Northeast and Greene County. What we doing?
I asked you. I mean,
I should have known. It's just like a woman not to be able to decide that.
Man, you know,
you say you want a woman to let you lead, and then when we want you to damn lead, you act like you don't know what the hell going on. So do you want me to what you want? You can't have
No,
it no
it
way.
ain't that we want y'all to lead, cause
I
can ask
want
you.
you to make a damn decision. How
Yeah,
about
I can
that?
ask you. You don't know it's up to me, and then I can say we going to this game, and then we'll be at that game, and you got your butt on your shoulder the
You
whole
a
time
damn lie.
saying
I
I
ain't never
should have
been
went
like
to the other
that.
game. I wish you would have went to the other game.
You are a liar
They're like a
from the
woman.
pit of hell. You are a
hey,
lie
hey,
from the
man,
pit of
don't
hell.
nobody want to
You
hear
have
y'all. Okay,
never
y'all
heard me
sit
say
and
that.
rock. Don't nobody want to hear y'all. Sit and rock.
You are a lie from the pit of hell. Stop that. I'm always pleased with wherever we go. Listen, I don't mind why it's right down the street. I ain't going to, but I could literally walk to the Greene County Northeast game. Okay.
Yeah, you can turn a cartwheel and you at the stadium.
Yeah, I can do that. We can go to Seatown. I get off at 3:30. Whatever.
Well, I love my cousin.
See, now you
don't
know they
call
finna
my
gang up
phone.
on you. Now they finna gang up on you.
Listen, let me tell you, Mike, they do it. They do it all the time. Not
I
only
got
them, but my sister too.
my
All of
name
them.
is Wes, and I ain't in this mess.
Glenn, let me go ahead and read your thing. He says coffee will be ready. We let our wins do the talking. All right, Mr. Hodges, I hear you. What's going on, Mr. Little?
Your wind's gonna have laryngitis this year. They ain't gonna be doing much talking.
Mr. McKelvin, he said, Ware versus Brunswick will be interesting Friday night. I think y'all dominate Brunswick. Like, I know they went 10-1 or whatever, but it seemed like Brunswick is always fool's gold. Now, they could prove me wrong. They definitely can prove me wrong, but I think y'all will be okay. Obadiah says, tell Coach Rogers, tell your coach to hit up Coach Rogers in 2 years. How you doing, Miss King? Colquitt County is in the building. Go Pat. Antoine, he says Calvary has a mobile quarterback. Savannah Christian might have the edge, to be honest. So he's talking about so you're saying Savannah Christian might have the edge over Calvary Day?
But they're not in the same region no more, so
Well, he's just talking about the top 10 in the
yeah,
playoffs.
And not just that, they still gonna have to see each other in the playoffs. So
eventually.
Unless one of them gets knocked off.
I don't see it.
Deshaun says we need to come to Columbus. Ebony says that Carver and Lee game could go either way.
It would.
Basketball in pickle. They playing pickle this weekend, dog. They playing pickleball this
Shout
weekend.
out Oscar Miles. Shout out to Sean Sugg, man. Shout out J-Bo, man. Them boys showed us a nice time. We went down there to Columbus. J-Bo came to the Trojan Den, and we really rolled out with J-Bo. I love my Carver Columbus folks. And they know I love them, and I look at them to be possibly winning a 2A state championship or challenging peers for it this year. But nah, they is not finna play with Lee this year. I'm sorry. That ain't happening.
Kid Boone says he's going to watch Northeast. Mr. Hurst says go to the Lee game. Yeah, y'all vote. Y'all decide where we go. But now we go to Columbus, y'all. My cash app is. If y'all want us to go to Columbus, my cash app is so I can fill up my tank.
Go on down to Dwayne. You sure gonna have to hit her cash out for that one.
Darlene, you gonna have to come to Brooks versus Tifton. Yeah. You definitely gonna have to hit my cash app to go down all the way down there. Let's see. Nick says y'all need to come experience the Tunes versus Vidalia rivalry in the pit. I guess I do. I was in, matter of fact, a week ago today, I was in Vidalia.
Yes.
For a
Y'all
little
gotta
bit.
understand the mule chaser be chasing. So
I was not chasing any mules. I just kind of travel a little bit. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I was down there with one of my closest friends.
yes, you were.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all trying to make me out to be some sort of Betty Boo. That ain't what I do.
Shit, that's that freaky Mike. Hey, that's that freaky Mike dude.
Mr. Warrior says, who on the panel stays close to Perry? Fort Valley, Georgia is 12 miles from Perry, Georgia. Hence why we don't like their ass. Yes. But Yo and I stay close to Perry, Mr. Warrior. T8 says, thus, my statement is once again proven. Let's move on because I don't know what he's discussing. Ain't you go play with your grandchildren? Go somewhere now.
Cartier.
And AJ. Ebony says next week is going to be like opening the Bible. In the beginning, God created the Trojans and the Bulldogs. Battle on Highway 84. Sis?
Let's do it.
Woo. Let's see. Dwayne. Yes, let's talk about that, shall we? See, I was your spokesperson. I ain't saying no more. Dwayne said, did the Lego set win on Friday?
Hold on, which one is he referring to?
It
Which
ain't
Lego
one.
set is he
It
referring
ain't but one. It ain't but
No,
one.
it's multiples now.
No, but it ain't but one that got deemed the Lego set.
Oh, nah, they didn't win Friday.
But did they at least pinch the
Oh, on the scoreboard? Nah. Nope.
Whew. Okay. Let's see. What's going on, Mr. Is it Marbury or Mabry? Let me know if I say it right, because y'all deserve for me to say your names correctly. So correct me if I say it wrong. He
I'm
said
gonna say
we played
Mabry.
with Lee. Huh?
I'm
Mabry?
gonna say Mabry.
Mabry. Okay. All right. I'm gonna call you Andy Griffin. He said we played with Lee last year. So I'm thinking Carver. Did y'all play Lee? Did they play Lee?
Yeah, and it was pretty tough in the first half. I remember the game and the highlights and updates on it. But Mr. Mabry, I gotta ask you one thing. What that got to do with the price of coffee?
He's saying that don't just say that Lee County gonna run all over Carver, because they were competitive last year and anything could happen. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Mr. Fletcher says, "Come get a famous Billy Burger October 25th." We gotta make some syrup on the 25th, Mr. Fletcher. Yo and I, we gotta make some syrup.
Okay,
We got some syrup makers coming to Fort Valley, so we won't be able to come. But hopefully, we are able to get to one of you all's games in the playoffs. But I guess in advance, because we plan to be playing for a while.
Whoever Jeff is mule chasing with, we'll just have them set us up when we come down.
My Lord.
Messy.
This is getting messy.
Real messy. And here's the thing: when you get off the phone, I'm sorry, I didn't mean nothing by it.
No, when we get off the phone, I'm gonna say, my phone died, and I'm gonna just hang up. I'll let you calm down and talk to you tomorrow.
And then I don't answer. Carver brought back 17 starters.
Oh no, what that mean?
He's saying what he said. He said y'all acting like the league is just gonna beat them to death, and that's not gonna happen.
But he acting like Lee ain't gonna just beat them to death.
I don't think that they will. I think they'll be competitive.
In what?
Okay, let's move on.
Pickleball.
New New Hampstead plays Perry on the 27th. That is my high school reunion weekend. It's homecoming in the valley, but maybe I can scoot down there and speak to you fellas.
All I want to know is just beat them. That's it.
Jeremy wants to know my cash app. I don't trust you because you might end up trying to steal some. Ain't nothing on it right now, but still. Uh let's see. Let's see. Let me see what I'm reading. Let me go. Cause they just talking trash to each other. Oh my god. No, I'm not. Terrence.
What my cousin said, that's true.
My mouth is open.
But close it. Throw something flying
somebody,
now.
somebody about to get cut.
If you only knew. Phone dried in a Sahara desert.
Hey, man. Wait till Friday.
Whatever. Okay. Let's see. So will y'all be there when Where Comes to Perry? I don't know. It depends on if a lot of that depends on we're Yo and I are Peach County Trojans. So if wherever the Trojans are, that's where we will be. But we've got a couple of open games. So I think October the 11th is an open date, and then what's the other one? Sometime in September, maybe.
Yeah.
And so on those dates, I think it's September the 13th, maybe Friday the 13th, maybe. And we're gonna travel somewhere to meet some of y'all. Let's see. Eddie Gary, my boy, he said, Thirsty, how did King look in last week's control scrimmage? And who will be leading the rushing attack this year for the Saints?
King looked very good. I'm very pleased with what I saw from King. A lot of growth from last year. And running back is it's gonna be a three-headed monster back there. So whoever shows out in practice is gonna be the starter for that week.
Wait a minute. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
My Lord.
But he is pleased with the trajectory of the team this year. They're in a rebuilding phase. No, that was Brian's line.
Hold on. Now, I gotta ask this question.
What's up?
So in about 9 days, City Grove will be make it about 10 days. City Grove will be playing in the Corky Care Classic. Am I correct? At the Mercedes-Benz Stadium against probably the number 14 in 6A this year. Am I correct about what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you still worried about whoever show out in practice, which means you don't have a starting running back right now.
Shit, all three of them look good.
My Lord.
Now, that's on coach's decision on who he gonna make. I know all three of them look good to me.
My Lord.
Oscar said he lied. He don't sound confident. That was just
hey, all I can say, the last time I heard this kind of talk coming out of Ellenwood, they were competing for the battle of the band. So let me find out that you don't went back to the early 2000s side of Ellenwood, because ain't no way you gonna tell me.
Guarantee you that ain't gonna happen.
Ain't no way you gonna tell me that you got 10 days left before you gonna be on national. Well, not national, but it is statewide. You know,
state TV.
Come on, man, and whoever show out in practice, that's gonna be all back for the season. Are you serious?
No, I said. I ain't saying for the season. I said starting that week. Starting that week. Dude, everybody know we don't have a definite RB1 right now. Them kids competing, and it's a good thing for them because now they actually out there hungry. Because everybody expect to see number 0 out there to do his thing. Nah, these kids competing in practice, making them hungry.
Bro, I'm just saying this. And I respect that. I'm gonna just say this. It ain't no tell me his name again, your coach.
Mo?
Coach Mo?
Yep.
Coach Mo don't need to coach, man. I'm just gonna tell you like that. If you got 10 days to go before and you don't even know who your man, something ain't right, bro. Bro, that depth chart should have been filled by
Well,
now.
that's just what
Come
Mike
on,
said. You don't know what Coach Mo doing.
No, yeah. Okay. Let's back up. Number one, how many players we lost this season? We lost
Hey,
this
you know,
offseason.
a
No,
mass
no,
a mass exodus, like my
20,
brother would say.
20 of them. Cause he already put it out there. It's public record. You lose 20. 10 of them 20 is what? Dogs. Gone. So what you doing?
Evaluating talent.
Finding new dogs. And that's what he's sorting out right there. That's what he's sorting out right now. The new dogs. So I'm gonna let him do his thing. We're gonna sit back and see what happens. Cause I already told you, don't expect shit them first 3 games. Don't expect no wins them first 3 games. I
Bro,
already told you that. I
I don't,
don't. Me personally, I don't expect no wins those first 3 games.
bro, I'm being honest. I don't expect too many wins at all this season from you.
And that's what I want to, and that's what y'all need to think. Keep thinking it because once we walk into 3A play, in our week 4 of play, which is probably somewhere around week 6. No, I take that back. Week 5. It's gonna be y'all gonna be shocked. Y'all gonna be surprised. Y'all gonna be like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna
So
be surprised. We're gonna be right on what I said, man. How the hell they walk in 3A play and they 0-5 and they supposed to be returning champ?
Oh, you know what? You know what? Cause we walked in 3A play last year. What 5? What 1-5?
Guess what? You had the light of a EJ Carson.
No, but
Oh,
it's been
sorry,
the same. It's
Colson.
been the same conversation.
You had a
It's been
light
the
of
same conversation for the past 2 years.
David Carter. You had the
It's been
likes of a
the
Bo
same
Walker.
conversation for the past 2-3
Hey,
years.
check this out. When we ask you, hey, god dang, Rashad DeVilliers, man, he gone, man. You ain't gonna have nobody to replace him. Okay, bet.
Okay.
We got Bo Walker. Okay, who is Bo Walker?
Everybody, and that's what everybody said. And the same question, right? So I'm telling you now. First question gonna be asked. He asking the question, who the quarterback? King. All right. Keep playing with his name. You gonna put some respect on him before he walk across that stage and grab that diploma in 3 years.
T. Abe said, honey, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Rabbit ain't got the gun right now. That's the whole thing. So therefore, I want y'all to believe we down and out. That's why I'm gonna let this squad speak for itself.
Okay.
I already told you what's gonna happen.
Mr. Howard, Yo and I will definitely be at the August 23 Perry versus Peach game. Eddie has another question for you, Mr. Thirsty. From what you saw last week, what type of numbers do you see King having? Is he a 2,000-yard passer, a 25 touchdown guy?
Yep, I see it.
Okay.
And throw in 500 yards rushing.
Deshaun says so. Bo was a senior. No, Deshaun. Bo is a senior this year. And he has not foregone his senior season as of yet. He just won't be at Cedar Grove, where
Shit,
he
man,
is.
I ain't gonna comment on that one. I'm gonna leave it at that.
We don't know what that is.
I mean, shit, it's public record now.
Oh, that might be good, Shay. She said, come to the Hog Pen on September 13th, the Pat versus Lee County. I always want to go to the Hog Pen. I've never been. That might be a good one.
And my thing is, where's Sean? Sean ain't been on here all summer.
That's Moultrie.
Uh-huh.
We got an open week that Friday too.
Oh, we can meet you. Because that's not far, I don't think.
No, it's from here it's about an hour.
Mm-hmm. Cause yeah. And I came back that way. It's a horrible ride, but coming from Tallahassee, the way I came, the way the GPS sent me was horrible. But, you know. Let's see. Mr. Robert said y'all gonna be 5-5, Mr. Thirsty.
6-4.
Thank you.
6-4. Well, actually, I'm sorry. 6-3.
Yo say you're gonna be 3-6 because you're gonna lose to Stevenson
Oh yeah, he must forgot about Douglas' loss. He must ain't count that one.
6-3
And
oh,
what?
in football.
You must be. Oh, we talk about tackling football on here. We don't talk about flag and two hand touch and all that.
Well,
We don't talk about none of that on here.
you know damn well the Cal County ain't got no playing football team. Cut it out. You know
Antoine
damn well the
said,
Cal County ain't finna fund that.
to your point, Thirsty, Antoine says they did have a losing record going into conference play. But, Mr. Ward.
That was expected though.
Mr.
After
Ward,
we seen after the first two games, that was expected. Defense giving up damn near 50 points a game, and we scoring 49 a game.
what he's saying is you have a point, Thirsty.
I know that, but I'm with him on that. I'm just saying our defense was worse last year than what it's gonna be this year. Our defense is gonna be a whole lot better this year.
You're so hostile and
Man,
argumentative.
what kind of defense you talking about? You talking about home defense? You talking about self defense? What kind of defense you talking about?
I'm talking about them 11 that's sitting on the opposite side of the ball of the offense.
My lord. Well, you just say anything in a time of need, don't you? Bro, I understand, bro. I told you. I love you. I love you, bro. You gave it to us, man. You gave it to us. You gonna get this, bro. You gonna get this, man.
What did I say about Peace County when y'all got a new coach? What I tell y'all? What did I say? What did I say for my receipt?
You said 2 or 3 years. You said
2 years.
Okay.
2 years.
You
this
said
is your second year, right? This your second year, right?
Okay, now let me ask you something. What is your nickname on this show? Not Thirsty. What do we call you during the season? The what king?
Pinata.
The Pinata King. Bruh, do I need to go back last season and show you how many pinatas you made for Peach County last year?
And how many pinatas did I make on us too?
I don't know, but I know one thing. You gonna get it this year.
Hey, we were in Chicken Wayne with Craig County too. Don't go there now. You know I ain't got no problem talking about myself.
Yeah. You gonna get it from me this year. I ain't had no opportunity to give it to you since we've been on this podcast. You getting it this year, bro.
Well, you better enjoy it for 3 weeks. You got 3 weeks to enjoy it. I ain't gonna say 3 weeks. You got 3 games to enjoy it.
And there it is.
Chad Howard, man, what's up, man? I know a couple of weeks ago you was on, man, and I said I know everybody in Perry and didn't know you, man. I know your whole family, man. So what's up, man? Your brother, man. This a couple of years ago, Jess. You probably remember. His brother was a running back for Perry, man. Little Calvin Howard.
Oh,
Pretty good running back.
Okay. Well, welcome. So guys, we've been doing Wednesday shows, but the season is coming up. So starting on Monday, August the 19th, we will have a recap of last week's games on the 16th and the 17th, from the 15th, 16th, and 17th. On Wednesdays, we're going to talk about the games that are coming up. And then Fridays is the Set With Your Chest edition. These times are 7 o'clock, 7:05. If for some reason we have to postpone it, we will send you a notice and let you know, because sometimes life be lifing, guys. And then Friday, just whenever the games are over around 11-ish, there's really no time for Say It With Your Chest. But most of the time it's around 11-ish or so. And it's not as long, but it's jam-packed. And they are off the chain.
And if you haven't been a LL, long-time listener, and haven't experienced our Say It With Your Chest episodes on Friday, if you have an away game and you just happen to be in the car and you got your kids in there with you and you got us on the radio, make sure they have some earphones in, because my 2 sisters on this show, they're going to be saying some things that I still scratch my head about. Just know that.
I didn't even know. They be saying words that I didn't even know existed.
I don't even know what that means, what that be like. I'm trying to see what they talking about.
Hey, I was a Navy sailor for 24 years. They cuss worse than me.
You on? Yeah. And then let me tell you what he did one night. We were in the car. It was coming back from the Carver game, and I was saying something, and he was over there looking like, "Ooh, I'm scared to even talk."
I don't even want to say that. I was scared to even move.
Lies, guys. I am very kind, and will give you the shirt off my
Okay,
back.
now I need all my LLs to check in. Everybody that don't listen to us on Say It With Your Chest Friday is my sisters, and I put an S on that. Both of them, either one. Can anybody come here and say that they agree that our sisters are very meek and humble on Friday nights?
Obadiah. Now I thought you were my boy. Now he said they're gonna say things that make you want to drive all the way to whatever county they're in the state of Georgia. I'm a living witness because I added one of the individuals just to see.
Uh-huh.
You can drive over here if you want.
Okay, Antoine Warrior, not at all. Oscar, yeah, you're right.
And I'm just sitting here in silence reading the comments because I ain't got nothing to say.
See, my sis, see that, embrace that shit, sis. Embrace that shit.
Oh my God, y'all do me so wrong, Dwayne. What now, Dwayne? You'll make a preacher cuss now. You have to understand.
Well, Kevin, I know you Macon County, and she got a little Macon County in her. Shout out Doc, man, one of the greatest to ever do it. But yeah, you know what you're dealing with Jessica.
She don't even wait till Friday when she's talking to me. Okay. All
Dwayne,
right.
who you talking about? Me or Jessica?
Shit,
I
both.
don't know.
Both.
Both of
I won't
y'all.
bother him till he come bother me.
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
know though, Dwayne, I'm on your ass come Friday.
Uh-oh. Oh
Next
no,
Friday.
man. I already know. It gonna be before Friday. It leading up to the game.
It's
He
just
own it.
brewing.
All I'm gonna say is that Wednesday show gonna be the prelude to Friday, to that Friday night show.
The devil is a liar. Yes, Terrence, you are a liar. You damn devil.
Hey, you see what Dwayne said? Them both of them.
We'll take
What's
that.
going on? What's going on, nephew? How you doing, Marquise? Rocky. Now see? All right, all right.
Hey,
Thank you.
Deshaun Sword said, like radio said, both.
Hey, yo, can I tell you something?
Yes, man.
I've never seen radio.
There you go.
Oh wow.
There you go. There you go. I was surprised. I got to go. I got to talk to Terrence and Gina, man. I got to find out is you really my cousin, man.
I'm not talking to you no more. Y'all just do me so bad. But that's okay. I love you guys anyway. Oh, thank you, Kelvin. Doc Abrams was one of the good ones. I really thought he was a genius. Thank you so much.
Yes.
He loved y'all. He did. He really did. That's why I love Macon County, because he really did love y'all. Anyway, we said, guys, I and y'all say that because y'all love me, and I know y'all don't mean no harm. So thank you. And my sister and I can keep it classy, or we can get sassy. I think
In Wood. Keep it classic in Wood.
I'm classy right now.
Damn.
We
Now,
can cuss you out after the show.
but
Just chill.
when we get off of this particular, I'm yeah.
The thing say 3%. Okay, I can hold on probably to the end of the show.
My Lord, he
Yeah,
lying on the video.
they did. No, listen, y'all see what Terrence said? He said we had her believing she was found on the side of the road.
Uh-huh.
So he did for real. And let me tell you what else. Like
I
for
know the
years,
story.
let me tell you, for years, I believe he said my mom and daddy, and my sister didn't even refute it, said that my mom and daddy took me for a baby calendar shoot. And they said I couldn't be in the calendar because I was too ugly. I believe that for years.
Hell
But
no.
I mean, he was terrible. He was horrible. He was terrible. Yeah, he did. They used to tell me I was found on the side of the road. They told me I didn't look like them, and said And even my aunt told me they just got me because my sister, my brother, a little lighter than me, and my daddy wanted somebody dark like him, so they just found me somewhere because they wanted a little dark skin, baby.
Oh,
Just
that's so messed up, dude.
they don't love me,
And
but that's
y'all wonder
okay.
why she give it to everybody else.
They do me so wrong, but that's why they love me. I don't believe it. But anyway, guys, we appreciate you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back. Now, next week is the last Wednesday show. Then the week after, we go to a full week. So y'all make sure y'all see us on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Again, parental advisory on Friday with my two sisters.
Oh, you act like you don't say shit. Nah, I mean stuff.
And we're off.
No, we ain't off. Hold on. I gotta
Okay,
read
I'm
that.
sorry. Y'all welcome to EP. Hey EP.
What's
What's
going
going
on?
on, EP?
What up, man?
It's gonna be 5 days instead of 3. I'm adding in Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday will be the voting for sending nominations for the player of the week and the fan of the week. And the Thursday will be saying out who won the player of the week and who won the fan of the week. So that's gonna be added in the Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it'll be
So y'all
5.
make sure y'all tune in on Tuesdays and get y'all votes in for fan of the week, and come back Thursday to get those results.
Yes, and for those of you
Players
all
of the
who
week
don't,
and fan of the week.
and fan of the week, and for those of you all who say y'all don't hear from EP enough, Tuesdays and Thursdays are your go-to because he is the man. He makes sure everything runs smoothly in the background on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but he'll have double duty on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Y'all can hear from the man himself. And y'all continue to keep Marquise's family in prayer. He had a loss in his family, one of his close family friends. So y'all make
For your Myrick, for your nephew.
in prayer. Okay. We appreciate y'all so much. We love y'all. That's right, Rocky. He'll cut you up too. If you come with that BS and they act like they don't do anything. But anyway, guys, August 16th is on.
It's on, and we ready. 2024 state champions, Peach County Trojans.
Hey, Jeff, quick question for you before we get off. What type of soap you like?
Caress. Why?
Okay. There's no.
Okay, that's all we need to know.
What
Appreciate
does that mean?
Nah, appreciate it.
Yes, trying to bring more attention to what we got going on in tune. And Mr. Fletcher, we appreciate that because we try to cover everything in the state, but we can't be all places at all times. So we need everybody to be our eyes and ears. And we thank y'all. That's how we get a lot of our intel from you guys. Like, I didn't know anything about New Hampshire last year, but Mr. Warriors made sure that we knew about New Hampshire. And so they're on our radar. Same with Toombs County and all these other places. So y'all make sure you rep your schools and tell your friends who might be in Soperton or wherever, Cobb Town, wherever. Just let them know about the podcast. And so, we can chop it up. We want to talk about your schools too. Okay, so thank you so much. You know what?
That old rough soap.
But you think we ain't had the same parents, we?
Hot ass. Huh?
What I know about Carl Time, Nick.
I just told you she a mule chasing Nick.
My Lord.
I know a lot of people. I'm just saying.
It get messy.
Good night, y'all. Take care. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Good night, man. We'll see y'all.
If you playing ball this weekend, you better not lose.
Better not. That's
I
right.
love it. I love it.
Say it again, sis.
You better not lose.
And what they need to do on that Wednesday, just
Tune in.
Man, appreciate y'all coming out. Have a good night, y'all.